Alright, I'm about to bring up a subject that I'd like some input on, and I just have some questions. And know that I don't really stand on either side of this issue, to be honest with you. I just find some major hypocrisy going on both sides of this issue. Alright, abortion. Alright, now for a second, we need to put aside that statistically insignificant amount of abortions that are the result of incest or rape. Let's just say that cases of incest or rape, um, that, and a morning after pill or something that wouldn't allow, this multi-celled, very small multi-celled organism to not be viable. All right, and we have pretty good technology with that stuff medically. All right. That being said, and we should make that safe and available. Absolutely. That being said, I think there's a little bit of hypocrisy to say that a 6 month fetus, second trimester fetus, that is conscious, sentient being, and for the most part can live outside the womb, maybe with a little bit of machine help, but regardless can still. The people that I've heard that advocate their right to safe and legal abortion, their argument to me is this: is that people have a right over the sovereignty of their body, and they refer to the fetus as a parasite, and that might not technically be incorrect, and I can't remember. I think it's Skeptic. What's his name? Real bright guy. What the hell's his name? Skeptic Phenomenology. Anyway, he made a valid point that parasites don't always have to be bad things. Alright, well, very true. The bottom line is it's the only legal medical procedure where something that isn't threatening your life, for the most part, and everything threatens your life, sometimes your appendix does too. If it's threatening your life, it's a little different. And again, small handful, small percentage of abortions. And uh, it, at some point, it seems to me a little hypocritical to say that you have rights over your sovereign body, but that 6 month old fetus, embryo, human being, genetically, specially, technically, and if you would like to be technical, apparently you do, about being a parasite, well, technically, that 6 month old fetus is a human being. You have decided that that human being doesn't have full sovereign right over its own body. And to me, that just seems like hypocrisy. Now, when I say I don't know where I fall on this issue, I struggle with the value of human life. Yeah, I think the only person like on a moral level that I can really like listen to is like a guy like Albert Schweitzer who believed that all life was precious and none of it should be killed. I mean, a little preservationist, and we all know what happens to a virgin forest. It dies. But uh, the rest of it's just hypocrisy. I mean, how come it's okay to eat a cow or a plant that's alive, that's God's creation, and kill, and not be able to kill a human? Intrinsically, what makes human life any more valuable than any other life? And I think they've done studies where, like, if you took all the chemicals in the human body, it'd be worth like $12, and I think that's only because the price of bottled water's gone up. So, or I guess if we could sell the meat, maybe, I don't know, if we were beef pounds, maybe, I don't know, $1,000 tops. That's if it was good meat. And I mean, intrinsically, what makes our life any more valuable than another life, than another sentient being's life, or another thing that's alive's life, and what defines and who defines what sentient is? And I mean, at some point, like, you're drawing lines. What I'm saying is either you don't draw lines, or you just say, "Fuck it, we're no different than them," because we're not. We're really not. We're a little more complex. We're a little more intelligent. Our brains have somehow fooled us into believing that we're conscious. It's kind of cool. I think that possible that primates also have a sense of being, sense of understanding it's alive. Um, Maybe not at the same level, and maybe we will develop or evolve into a species that understands it even more. I don't know, but that's a question for you. I mean, the only thing I really have to talk about, and I would just want to get your people's feelings about, is why intrinsically does that 6 month old fetus have less rights than a 6 year old or a 9 month old baby that came out of the womb? And if it's about rights of your sovereign body, do parents have any rights? I mean, do they have any real responsibility to kids? Because kids aren't of their sovereign body. I mean, why all of a sudden legally are they responsible for them once they're alive, but they're not responsible? I mean, once they're out of the womb, but they're not responsible for them when they're in the womb. That doesn't seem to make sense to me either. And I'm not coming at this from a moral angle. I'm just asking. I mean, there are some complications and some. Uh, uh, there are some things that bother me about both sides of this issue that they need to resolve amongst themselves before they come to the table with it legally. That's all.